Memoir biography nominees are Blood Strangers, a memoir by Catherine A. Persidi Hayday. Hammer, Making Movies Out of Sex and Life by Barbara Hammer, The Feminist Press. Like Me, Confessions of a Heartland Country Singer by Shelley Wright, Pantheon Books. She Looks Just Like You, a memoir of a non-biological lesbian, Motherhood, by Amy Klempnauer Miller, Beacon Press. And lastly, Wishbone, a memoir in fractures by Julie Marie Way, Colgate University Press. And the Lammy goes to Hammer, Making Movies Out of Sex and Life by Barbara Hammer, The Feminist Press. Excuse me. There's also, thank you, there's a tie. There's also Wishbone, a memoir in practice. We're very inclusive.
Oh, I almost thought I wasn't going to be able to take that home. I might have to, I don't know, it's glass. Oh no. I am very honored to receive this Lambda Literary Award. I wrote as a young woman, have continued to write, but I'm known as a filmmaker. If it weren't for my editor, and I'm so happy to say my editor, but the editor of many wonderful writers from the Feminist Press, Amy Shoulder. Yes, I would not be here because she received a manuscript I wrote in 1969, 1970. A fictional account of a coming out story. And from that, she came to my archive, and together we've worked to pull out numerous articles, some published, some unpublished, and make a memoir. And if it weren't for she and her employee, Drew Stevens, who did the wonderful architecture and design of this book, so that he came up with the idea that there could be a flip movie as you turn the pages from Didactics, an early lesbian lovemaking film. And if it weren't for Rachel Rakes and her colleague who continues to do publicity and outreach, Elizabeth Koch, I wouldn't have been able to have Hammer at the Hammer Museum in Los Angeles for a reading. So for all these wonderful people and finally to get a film out of the can and into a literary form, my life, I thank you very much. May you continue to do your writing.
I want to thank Lambda for the double surprise of winning and not knowing that I did, and then having sort of that relief of not having to stand up here and read this, and then the happiness of getting to read it after all. I want to thank my press, Colgate University Press, for publishing my first book. I got the news about 2 years ago, today actually. I want to thank Suzanne Antonetta and Brenda Miller, who graciously blurbed that book. And Steve Vanderstay, my former professor, who had the thankless job of writing the jacket copy and wrote it so beautifully. And my friend Sarah Northerner, a wonderful artist who made the beautiful cover art. And I want to thank all my friends who are too many to name in my 3 cities, Seattle, Pittsburgh, and now Louisville, Kentucky. My Lunas, my soulmates, and especially my friends Anna Rhodes and James Allen Hall, best teachers I ever had, Tom Campbell and Dana Anderson. My friends who are here tonight, Helena Studer, who's hosting me in New York, and Sally McLaughlin, my first creative writing teacher who flew all the way in from Seattle to be here, and most importantly, my partner of 9 years this week, Angie Griffin, without whom this book and this life wouldn't have happened. Thank you.
Stacey Ann Chips, author of The Other Side of Paradise, is the recipient of the 2000, you're kidding. Are you kidding? Oh, you are not kidding.